Hey guys, so today I have for you a quick and pretty easy DIY where I turned an old Febreze candle into a sparkly makeup brush holder. You could also use this for pens to keep on your desk. You could really use it for anything that you want. I just decided to make mine for my makeup brushes. So what you'll need for this project is an old candle that is all the way burned out to the end, and it can still have wax in the bottom. I'll show you that in my video. And then you'll also need some fine glitter, and the finer the glitter you can get, the better. And then you'll also need Mod Podge. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this is the candle that I ended up using. It's an old Febreze candle that I got at Target a while back, and it is burned all the way to the end of the wick, so there's no way to light it anymore. So after putting it in the pan with water in it, I realized there was a sticker on the bottom of the candle, and then there's also this plastic wrapping that gives it the floral design on the outside. So I just quickly took both of those things off and put it back into the pan. The pan just has an inch or two of water in it, and I put it on a medium heat to get the wax heated back up. And this is actually a really good way to get some extra use out of the candle after the wick is gone, because once it starts heating up and melting that candle wax, you really get a good scent of the candle going throughout the whole house. So if you really love a candle, then this is an excellent way to get some extra use out of it. This whole process of melting the wax down took about 10 to 15 minutes, and once I saw that the wax was pretty melted at the bottom, I started stirring it with just a butter knife. You could use any utensil, like you could use plastic silverware even if you wanted to. I just used what I had, and I stirred it, and then I poured everything out onto a paper plate. And I was actually pretty surprised that the wick holder at the bottom came out really easily, but I just scraped the rest of the wax out as well, as much as I could, and then I took it to the sink to wash it. I rinsed it out a couple times, and then I used a sponge with some dish soap on it, and I just gently scrubbed the inside of the jar like you would just wash dishes regularly. And I was pretty impressed that it took away all of the soot from the candle burning that was on the inside of the jar originally, and it got pretty clean and pretty crystal clear. So the next part of this process is to paint the inside of the candle holder, and for that you'll need the Mod Podge and the glitter as well as something to paint it with. And I'm not really sure what the deal with this particular jar of Mod Podge, but I had the most ridiculously hard time trying to get into the jar. Initially, I was able to get the silver safety seal off, but then it left behind this clear safety seal that I ended up having to punch my thumb through in order to get it open so that I could peel the rest of it off. And then once I finally got into the container of Mod Podge, I just poured some out onto a plate. So the next thing that I needed was to get the glitter open, and initially I was going to try to use the pour spout or the shaker side of the lid for the glitter, but I couldn't get that to open either. I don't know what it was with me that day with getting things open, but it was a definite struggle. So I finally just opened the lid and just poured some into the Mod Podge instead. And I think that honestly that worked out better anyways. So I mixed that up with my paintbrush and if you can see in the video, it started shedding on me. So all the little bristles from the paintbrush started coming out and sticking into the Mod Podge. So I gave up on that and switched over to a foam brush instead. So because of the fail with the paintbrush, I had to start all over with putting Mod Podge and glitter and mixing that together. And then once that was all mixed up, I started putting a thin layer of the mixture into the jar and trying to paint it as evenly as possible, which was pretty difficult to make it not so streaky or like bunchy in different places. So I tried my best just to get as even of a layer as possible of Mod Podge and glitter all over the inside of the jar. And then I noticed that there is some excess on the rim of the jar, so I went ahead and used just a paper towel to wipe that off clean once I got that thin layer on the inside. So this is what it looked like after 48 hours of drying. And I decided, because it was pretty streaky and there were some holes in the glitter, that I needed to do another layer of Mod Podge and glitter on the inside. So I just repeated the steps that I did earlier. I put Mod Podge on a paper plate, then added some glitter and mixed it together. And then I just painted another layer of glitter on the inside of the jar. And I would say that this is not necessarily like a step that you need to do. Like if you only want to do one layer of the Mod Podge and glitter and it comes out how you like it, and then you wouldn't need to repeat this step. But I was just kind of unhappy with the coverage and the opaqueness of the glitter layer that I had. So I just wanted to double up on it and try to get it as glittery as possible. And so after that, I just made sure to wipe off the rim again with a paper towel, and then I let it dry again for another 48 hours. So this is how it turned out. It came out pretty solid on the glitter, and it looks super cute with my makeup brushes in it on my bathroom counter. Alright guys, so I hope that you enjoyed this DIY for the glitter makeup brush holder. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked this video or if you like DIYs, and I will certainly do more of them. Also, don't forget to subscribe. If you are already subscribed, you are my favorite. And that's it for today.